the Middle-aged Bodcast. Getting older, but having some laughs.
Welcome to the Middle-aged Bodcast with me, Raging Rich.
And me, T.A. Shalano.
And T.A., it is the season 6 finale. We're at the end already.
Wow, unbelievable. Sort of rattled through these 10 episodes, haven't we?
We have, and I think going back to the 10 episodes a season actually has probably helped to sort of speed up the recording and editing process a little bit more. But yeah, it's been a really enjoyable season, a good mix of guests and obviously us chatting as well.
I think you've been moaning less about editing. Actually, I think we've found something that works for you. The 10 episode season, with enough time for you to do your magic.
Don't know about the magic, but yeah, we'll see how we go with that. Yeah, there's a lot to get through. Obviously, it's been a great season with the main sort of talking point being our charity walk that we'll be talking about a little bit later. But I suppose, as usual, we should begin the episode with the weigh-in.
Yes. So last time out, I was 19 stone 2 pounds, which is 121.8 kilos. Drum roll, please. And I am now 18 stone 13 pounds, which is 120.5 kilos. So I have ended the season at my lowest weight of the season. So I'm happy with that. Now, Raging Rich, last time out, you were 19 stone 4 pounds, which is 122.7 kilos. You're finishing the season at 19 stone 6 pounds, which is 123.6 kilos. So I'm finishing the season at my lowest. You're finishing the season at your highest.
I know. It's been a really stressful week this week, and I have been overeating, emotionally eating, and it hasn't been good at all, and I've got a lot of work to do, especially with the walk coming up and everything else. So yeah, hopefully got a week off this week, so I'm hoping this is a good chance for me to sort of get back on track and get myself sort of where I need to be, especially as the walk is coming up.
Well, you've got about a month now until the walk, so you can easily drop a stone in a month if you put them Kit Kats down.
Prefer Cadbury's caramel.
Well, I knew it was something like that. But yeah, so obviously it's still lots of work for both of us to do, but I suppose we should get into talking about walking.
So it's time for the jingle.
Talk the walk, say what you mean, then you walk that talk. Talk the walk, where every step starts with a little talk. Talk the walk.
So TA, the walk, we have some very big news. Do you want to reveal that to our listeners?
Well, absolutely. So with about a month to go, we have already reached our target of £500 for Andy's Man Club. So absolutely delighted with that. Massive thank you to everyone that has donated. And if you haven't, we're not stopping there. There's no reason why you can't add to that total. Either between now and the walk or after we've done the walk. We'll keep that link running. And I don't want to be Bob Geldof, but send us your bleep money, and or rather send Andy's Man Club your money, because it doesn't come directly to us. And that would be fantastic and inspire us on even more on the day, which is rapidly approaching.
It is indeed. And yeah, as TA said, thank you to everybody who has donated already. And if you would like to donate, there is a link in the show notes. Yeah, it's been amazing just seeing the amount of donations, the generous donations from people. So thank you very much for that. And yeah, about a month to go and the walk will be here. We will be walking. We had a little bit of a chat, didn't we, TA, about things, and we are tweaking the route slightly. Yes,
we're not changing the distance, so don't sort of go, hey, hang on a minute, you're changing the rules when we've already donated the money. We're not. All we're doing is changing our end location. So our start location will remain as the Merry Hill Shopping Centre, but we have changed the final destination. not the film.
Don't use that as the start, as the naming. We've changed the ending. We've changed the end goal.
Conclusion of the route.
The conclusion of the route
will no longer be Villa Park and will instead be Centenary Square in Birmingham city centre, in front of the library, where I shall be walking in and taking them copies of my book, which they won't want. But
we could take a copy, couldn't we?
We could,
or a copy of each of them and go, here you go.
And they go, no thanks. What's that? So the reason we've decided to make a change is it's going to be out of side of the football season, and we would have been essentially getting to the ground with a bit of a fanfare of nothing, didn't quite feel like the right fit. And we do want some people that we know to be there at the end, and it's actually going to be easier for people to meet us in Birmingham city centre. So we're keeping the distance. That is the main thing. We will be ensuring we hit the 12 miles. And yeah, obviously, if anybody's in Birmingham city centre that day, look out for us finishing our walk. But that's what we're going to do.
Well, the other thing is as well, obviously, we will be putting the route that we've taken out on the fundraising page as well. So you will get to see exactly what we've done. So you'll know that we've done the 12 miles. We're not going to be saying that we've done it and then not doing it. There will be an actual route posted using the Strava app that monitors sort of your route that you take and things like that. So you will actually get some proof that we've done the walk as well, which is really important. So yeah, that'll be in there as well.
I was going to say, the topic, prove that we've done it. You're sort of acting like the people think that we wouldn't do it.
Well, no, but it's the thing, isn't it? Like, a lot of people will go, oh, God, you're on this podcast, you're doing this. You do want to show that you've gone out and you've actually done the route, and that you can show sort of, not only even the fact that we've done it, but the time that it's taking us to do it as well. I think that's really good using the app. So yeah, we're going to be showing you all of that, and it'll give you a great idea of sort of how long it's taken us to walk those 12 miles as well. And we have factored in, I think, a little bit of a break halfway. This will not be we're going to sit down and go to the pub or anything like that. It is just a comfort break that we have factored in just to kind of give us a chance to stock up on supplies and stuff again. So water and energy bars, anything like that. And also a trip to the toilet as well, because we'll probably need that by that point. But yeah, there will be, as I say, there will be a little bit of stop halfway.
So we have been practicing. You know, we've been talking about this at other points during the season about us needing to get out, and we've done the odd individual walk, then we've done some collectively, and we decided to do a walk to our starting destination, didn't we? To sort of test that out. We did decide to do that, having been to the pub the night before, which was ill-advised, and I can guarantee we will not be going to the pub the night before the charity walk, because we won't complete it.
No. Absolutely. Also, we need to point out this walk that we did do to Merry Hill was the first walk that I did in my new boots, which I purchased a few days before. So that was really helpful to get those sort of broken in a little bit and just start walking around in them. We did a nice little route, sort of a mix of bits of industrial estate and then sort of going up a nice high street to get there. But yeah, it was great to do. We ended it at the cinema. I think we said the starting point for the walk, we're going to use the cinema at Merry Hill, the Odeon Cinema. Mm-hmm. Odeon, if you want to sponsor the walk. No, I'm joking.
Or at least give him a free ticket to a superhero film, something like that.
No. Donate to the walk. Donate to the walk, definitely. We're going to start at the cinema. That's become sort of the best. I think it's a nice place to start as well, actually, because you've got kind of a nice point of being able to go one of two routes out of Merry Hill as well, actually, to take us towards where we're trying to get to.
Really, I think we do have to talk about, we got to Merry Hill, and I mean, we slightly spoiled the achievement in one respect by then going to the pub for a couple of drinks and some food, but was necessary. And I think it was a kind of a reward for having, achieved that.
It was our first walk of kind of doing that kind of location, wasn't it? We'd done little walks around our hometown, things like that. This was the first real, let's try a little bit more of a route that is a mix of different sort of areas. So you've got that little bit of the industrial area, you've got the sort of the high street going up the hill. You've got these different things going on. That was really helpful, and I think it gave us a good idea really of what to expect on the actual walk itself as well, because we are going to be obviously walking through different types of locations. You're going to have sort of the built up areas. You're going to have areas that are sort of some of them are going to have housing, some areas won't, depending on which parts we're walking. It's just a little bit of a different sort of way of going, isn't it? And obviously knowing where we were going was helpful as well.
That does help. But more importantly, and much more importantly, whilst we were at Merry Hill Shopping Centre, I said to you, actually, you'd got your new walking boots on, and you told me about, you bought those a few days earlier, and I was like, well, I'm going to need some walking boots for the walk, and I'm going to need some certainly in the lead up as well, as part of the training. So we decided, thanks to you, you knew of a good sort of outdoor store that would have said supply of boots.
Well, you say that. I didn't know they'd have a good supply of boots. I was a bit worried when we walked to it. I was like, is this shop actually going to sell any?
Well, they sold them in the sense that they were in there for sale, but they didn't sell them in the sense of them being particularly proactive in trying to sell them to me. However, you were. So as I pointed out to the shop staff, they should have given commission to you for me purchasing those boots, because one, you pointed out the store to go to, which I wouldn't necessarily have picked out. And then while we were there, you were doing your very best Al Bundy impression of being sort of a shoe salesman. Although I think he stole women's shoes, but it's irrelevant. You were just on it like I've never believed you. Like, try this one. You need to get the next size up to try and let your feet boost in. I thought at one point, when we were kids and you used to go to a shoe shop and they'd make you put your foot in that little thing and measure it. I thought you were going to get one of those out. You were like, literally, suddenly the king of IT was the king of shoe sales.
I have to point out that I owe all of it to Ruth from a few days before, when she was basically taking me through the buying of the walking boots and giving me tips on it. And I just applied the knowledge I had gained to you, and you can now apply that knowledge to someone else who needs walking boots.
Well, the other thing that you told me while we were there was that your mother had worked in a shoe shop at one point. So I think you were kind of bringing out some of that as well. I think she'd have been amazed to watching you there. You were like, try this. Oh, look at him here. What's he doing this? Do you know that you need to fold the laces round like this? You need to... I was like, what is going on? And then the funniest thing, we're not going to name the store, obviously, but when we got to the counter and they were like looking at us a bit like, what are these two clowns doing? Because that was it. You had me walking up and down the shop like I was on the catwalk. I was like, you did. You did.
I told you to walk the full length of the shop. You did not walk the full length of the shop. You did a couple of steps up and a couple of steps back and went, they'll do.
I did half the shop walk from, these were at the back. I did half. I'm not going to walk through out to the front of the shop, strut, turn, I'm not Naomi Campbell.
No, you had to check they were comfortable.
They are comfortable, that's the thing. You were like, they were literally laughing at us because you were like, keep walking, they're like, is this the worst sort of shoplifting thing we've ever seen? He's going to tempt you to keep walking until he walks out the store and then runs off. I mean, what is this?
Well, leave me there with your shoes. I don't think so.
You just sort of go to them. He's always like this. I'm ever so sorry. I've got no money. I mean. what do you do? But the thing is, so having then gone through this rigmarole with you about how I pick the right footwear, make sure it's comfortable. I mean, I was more sold on actually just the ones I liked, and I was desperate that we'd get them in the size. And you were like, "Oh no, try these ones." I was like, "No, not doing any of that. Direct, want those ones. They fit. It's fine. We're happy."
Should point out as well that neither of us are big fans of shopping, so we were probably both a bit of, we need to get out of here, get these purchased and get out as quick as possible. But at the same time, I didn't want you buying something where you then went, I've had to take them back.
Yeah, we also did this having been for the drinks and the food as well. So it was like, we were kind of a bit like, I don't know, not in the, we were sort of like not ready for shop. We weren't in shopping mode, were we? But it was just like, I'm here. It's a good opportunity while I'm here to get them. So that kind of worked out. But then when we got to the counter, to buy them. And they're obviously looking at us a bit like, well, we've just watched your little stage show that whatever you two have been doing. But he basically sort of said, are you doing something effectively? As in, why are you buying walking boots? You two don't look like your average hikers, which is a fair point. You wouldn't look at me and you in a shoe shop and go, or outdoor shop and go, I bet they go lots of hiking and rambling and stuff like that. So, I sort of said, oh, we're doing a charity walk. And he sort of like, really? There was not a huge amount of enthusiasm for that, other than he thought it was a long way.
Well, we are just like shopping in their shop. It's not like we're giving them the life story and everything else.
No, but there was him and the woman. They didn't really even break a smile. Like you could have got a little bit like, hey, that's fantastic, And when you've worn them out on the charity walk, come back and you can get some more boots. Something, just a bit of enthusiasm. I don't know. There wasn't much enthusiasm for the level of entertainment they must have had watching me and you going through boxes of boots at the back of the store. But yeah, they've been purchased, and we'll see how we get on.
Well, we're going to see how we get on, because after we've recorded this, we're going on another walk. So it's the first time we will both be walking together in our walking boots.
Oof. What a red letter moment this is going to be, isn't it? If I get halfway and I'm like struggling, I'll blame you, because you were my shoe sales representative. So,
and I will treat you like Al Bundy treated his customers.
Well, or his family, I suppose. But yeah, so we are going to attempt, another decent walk after this. It's quite a reasonably nice day, actually. So I think this will be good, bit more practice, getting those energy levels up, getting that sort of cardiovascular fitness improving somewhat.
I don't know about you though, TA. We did that walk last week when we went to Maryhill, and I found that for the first sort of 5-10 minutes, I actually feel quite tired out. And then suddenly I'm like, oh yeah, here we go. It's like, it's that kind of, you're not really warming up. It's kind of your warm up, isn't it? That first little bit. So it's getting you ready, getting you going. And then you're suddenly very energetic and you're going, right, here we go.
Yeah, you did. I must admit at the beginning, I was a bit like, are you tired already? And you were like, no, I'm just, just sort of getting myself into the zone, which to be fair, you then did.
Yeah.
And I think actually, as I say, considering that we had actually obviously been out the evening before, we didn't do too badly. In terms of today, have we not gone out? That's not. I feel obviously we're going to be in a much better position for doing this walk, and this is all, part of the building towards it, isn't it? I think it's important. You can't just rush into doing something like what we're going to do if you're not used to doing that sort of stuff. All these kind of individual or joint walks that we've been doing and will continue to do over the next few weeks are really important to achieving what will be quite a big walk for us, really.
Well, it's the end goal, isn't it? So yeah, it's going to be a really interesting few weeks. We are going to kick off the next season with the results of the walk. That'll be we should call the first episode of season 7 Walking the Walk.
Walking the Walk. Raging Rich's Rambling Shalano Steps.
Well, it's got to be either walk the walk or walking the walk, hasn't it? So yeah, we'll get that in there. But yeah, really looking forward to getting out there, getting the walk done now. It's been such a great time just sort of practicing and getting out there and in the fresh air, in nature, and just not being sort of cooped up. It's really nice, and you've said it clears your mind as well as you're doing it.
I was going to say, that's the other thing about it, isn't it? It's kind of like, I don't say forcing is the wrong word, but it is kind of like making you think, oh, need to factor in doing like a walk practice and go and do something that you wouldn't do as well. And I think that's the thing. And in terms of, I suppose, using the walk itself is like the end thing, and you have to do this to kind of achieve that goal. But I suppose it's then carrying on afterwards as well. I think that's quite an important thing, that actually when you don't have a specific goal and a date to work to, we've had this kind of date and goal in mind for a little while now. But how do you then maintain, I suppose, actually there's nothing wrong with being able to go and do, obviously not this sort of distance for this, but the distances that we've been doing or similar on a more regular basis when you're not preparing for something, because it is good to, for your health. physically and mentally to get out. And we are, moving into the better weather for us here as well. So I think that's important.
Yeah, I think it is. I think, like you say, with the weather improving, it's going to be great as well. The problem's going to be it's going to get too hot at some point, like it always does for a week, and we'll be going, I'm not going out in this. But yeah, it's good to get out there. It's good to actually walk around, and hopefully this is the start of us actually doing something a little bit more regular with the walking and just getting a bit of a fitness level back up. And it'll help with the weight loss as well.
Well, it will. I mean, I think genuinely, this is the most walking I've ever known you do. I don't mean that in an offensive way, but I mean, you think that's fair, that you wouldn't normally be. It's great to see you kind of when you go, oh, I'm out in this, walking around the field, round the corner, around this, doing this route. It's like, but yeah, that's not something generally you would have been doing, right? So I think it's like, it's really, really positive.
He's known me 25 years, by the way, so he knows how much walking I've done.
Well, I wasn't going to say that the most physical exercise I'd ever seen you do was playing FIFA. I wasn't going to say that, but it is what it is, and I think that's a positive. I really do think it's a positive, and I know through the seasons we've talked about on the physical fitness side. I know you've said you've struggled to find something that you enjoy or like doing, and perhaps this is something that again it's a low impact on your joints and all those things. And, it's something that you can get out and do that doesn't cost to do it either. There's another thing. And it's on your doorstep. You've got great places that you can go and walk. And yeah, obviously when it's mega hot or when it's mega cold, you're not going to be able to do that. But for the most part, you're going to would be able to do this on a more regular basis.
Oh yeah. I haven't told the story of my my headphones running out of battery either, have I? Because that happened on one of my last walks on my own, and actually I went and did the field you mentioned there. Actually, I went and had a walk around that sort of way and took a bit of an alternative route and ended up sort of extending it slightly and then going to my mum and dad's. And yeah, that was awkward for me because obviously the last few walks that I'd done on my own, I'd got my music on to get round, but I still really enjoyed it. It's just obviously it's a nice distraction sometimes to have something in your ears and sort of spur you on. But yeah, I think this is something I have really enjoyed it. It's like the actual walk itself. I'm oddly looking forward to doing it, which I didn't expect. So yeah, going into the walk itself, the charity walk, I've really been enjoying it. As I say, the weights. With the weigh-ins and things, I mean, we have a bit of fun when we're doing them and we have a bit of banter around it. But actually, I'm not happy with the fact that, I was starting to drop a little bit and then it was going back up the way that it has. So I do need to work on that, especially with the walk coming up. So lots to do, lots of things to action going forward, and obviously into season 7. I wanted to have a little chat with you about season 7 actually, because I was thinking about this. We've kind of had this whole season when it's just been us sort of themed around this, and I was thinking maybe we should theme the next season around something. So we maybe have a little chat about that. One of the things I thought about was probably the cooking a little bit potentially, because that was something we haven't spoken about cooking for a while actually. Yeah. And I did do, as you've dubbed them, my signature enchiladas the other day, and they were the best I've ever made them. Because I started again experimenting. Had slightly less mince, slightly less cheese used, and actually they're the best ones I've done. I'd put other things in there. I'd put some chopped peppers, some chopped onions. I will point out they were frozen peppers and onions. They weren't like fresh ones. And I think they'd probably be even better if they were fresh. But yeah, it was great. It was really nice to have that. And I think actually decreasing some of the volume of the other stuff helped as well.
Well, the better we can, get the diet in the next month and the lower the weights to be at, then the easier the walk would be as well.
Yeah.
So I think that is an important part of the focus. It's one thing talking about the walking side of it, but actually there is the other side of that as well, is the preparation. So that's going to be crucial to it. The only thing for the walk itself is we obviously don't know what the weather is going to be like. We kind of hope it's dry and not too hot. But whatever the weather is doing, I mean, all right, it's the end of May, so it won't be drastic, but it could, the conditions, if it's particularly humid or rainy, could make it more difficult, but we will do it. We will do it.
I think as well, now we've actually said about the route that we are going to do, it's going to be a lot easier if the weather isn't great. At least it's going to be a more manageable thing for us. We're going to know.
Yeah.
Knowing the route a little bit better
Yes.
as well, we're gonna obviously be able to go, well, actually, we know areas that we can kind of go, actually, if it's really, really bad, we can duck in here for 2 minutes and
It'd be fine.
Yeah.
It'd be fine. But yes, so season 6 is coming to an end.
It is, and we've had some good chats with some guests as well.
We have indeed. Massive thanks to our season 6 guests. We started with Nicola Barden.
Yes, from Tis Yourself podcast. That was great. Really good chatting with her.
And then we obviously spoke to Brian Hall.
And Brian actually did message us, didn't he, to say that he's actually relocated again. So best of luck to him.
Yeah. And our final season 6 guest was Stephanie Waring.
Yes, Stephanie Waring, obviously former Hollyoaks actress. And again, great to sort of chat mental health with her as well. I think it's been a really good sort of balance with the guests, actually, having the 3 guests throughout the season. Obviously with Nicola, getting to talk podcasting as well was brilliant, and it's actually sort of given me a lot of insight into sort of the podcasting world, as well as the sort of, hitting middle age sort of thing. It was great chatting that with her, and I know she really enjoyed being interviewed rather than being the interviewer for a change. So yeah, hopefully we can get maybe Nicola to come and help us with one of our Christmas specials at some point and do one of the Christmas movies. So Nicola, if you are listening, start thinking about your favourite Christmas films.
Okay. Well, on that note, I suppose we shall draw this to a close. And please continue to donate. And we will obviously be updating you around all the progress very soon.
We're going to try and drop a bonus episode in before season 7 starts. Now, that episode will be in before we've done the walk. So season 7 premiere will, of course, be all about the walk. So we're going to have a bonus episode. We're still thinking a little bit about that and what that is going to entail. But yeah, we shall be back with season 7 very soon. Thank you to everyone who's listened to, even if you've only listened to one episode of this season, thank you very much. If you've listened to the entirety of the season, even better, thank you. Thank you so much for all of your support. We are getting closer and closer towards the 2nd anniversary of the podcast. And we've got something special planned for that as well, hopefully. So yeah, stay tuned. Lots more to come. Really enjoyed this season. Thank you very much, TA.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Want more middle-aged podcast in your life? Of course you do. Follow us on social media for behind-the-scenes stuff, extra larks, and all our latest updates. We're on Instagram and Threads at Middle-aged Bodcast. Facebook's easier. Just head to facebook.com/middle-aged podcast. If you're still hanging on to Twitter or X or whatever it's called now, we're at Middle-aged Bodcast. And if you're on Blue Sky, it's at middleagedpodcast.bsky.social. Or you can swing by our website, middleagedpodcast.co.uk. Give us a follow and stay in the loop. Cheers for listening.